Welcome back. More important than ever. I think that's an accurate way to describe the role of controller given the credible projection of the substantial financial shortfalls on our city's rapidly approaching horizon. That said, the campaign to serve as is also heading to a runoff, pitting former Harris County Clerk Chris Hollins against former Harris County Treasurer Orlando Sanchez. Half the city council races have also yet to be decided, with the battle for District G between incumbent Mary Nan Huffman and well-known litigator Tony Buzbee drawing lots of attention. Panel, I welcome your insight on any or all of the runoffs 27 days from now. Okay, 30 seconds tomorrow.
I was very surprised to see Letitia Plummer in a runoff, but I believe she'll do fine. When it comes to the controller's race, I think that Chris Hollins is going to win the race. I just hope as a controller that you do your job and don't worry about what the mayor do, because you ran for your own seat and you owe us, you don't owe them, whoever the mayor may be. And then again, I was hoping and praying and hopefully Melanie Miles will win as well. Mary Nan, get him girl, you gonna do it. That's it.
Charles, 30 seconds.
I'm looking at District D. I live there. Travis McGee, a community activist, neighborhood leader, has dragged Councilmember Evan Shabazz into a runoff, so that's going to be an interesting one. And District G, because I think what happens there could also, shed some light on what might happen in March primaries.
Take it, Chris. 30 seconds.
So I can't get over this tomorrow.
You get 45.
Yeah, that's right. Now, I just want to talk about the Mary Nan and Tony Buzbee race, because if anybody thinks that Tony Buzbee is going to pay attention to a city council position and not pay attention to $100 million lawsuits, they're out of their mind. Mary Nan is the only one that needs to win that race. That's the only one I want to talk about.
Jump in here, Wayne.
So look, we need a controller that will actually be a watchdog. Okay, and so the reason I like Orlando Sanchez, besides for the fact that I sort of like him, is because he's conservative. We need, and I think Republicans should fight for, a conservative in the controller's race to sort of keep some watchful eye on the Democrats that actually control the city.
Wayne, checks and balances.
All
right, Mr. King. Thoughts on controller council races?
Look, the more Orlando's identified as a Republican, the less likely he is to win the race, Wayne. So, 23% of Houstonians are Republicans at this point. Independents are almost twice the number of Republicans these days inside the city. I think Hollins has the leg up, but I was a little surprised that he didn't come closer to 50%. There was a lot of talk about him winning that without a runoff. So I think that may be a real race. I assume that almost everybody that voted for Martin will vote for Orlando now. And I still think Chris has the edge, but I think it's going to be a pretty close race. I think that in District G, here's what people forget. Everybody thinks, oh, that's a white Republican area. About 25 or 30% of the people that live in there vote in the Democratic primary. So there are a lot of Democratic voters, and by the way, the polling I looked at, they despise Buzbee because of the Paxton trial. So to the extent those folks come back out, they are not going to be voting for Buzbee in that race. I think the question in all these is, what is the drop-off going to be? This race is very similar to my race in 2015. About 250,000 people voted the first time around. In that race, we had about a 20% drop-off in the runoff. It was higher in 2019. So I think the real question is, who's going to come back out and vote in the runoff?
All right, Charles, you talk to folks all the time. Do you think that people who aren't Democrats will come out and vote for what they may view as the lesser of two evils, that is a Democrat like Whitmire or a Democrat like Sheila Jackson Lee?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think particularly the Republicans in G are going to be encouraged to come out and they're going to vote for a candidate for mayor. And I think because you have a runoff in the controller's race that's citywide, Orlando Sanchez is very in with Republican clubs, so Republicans are going to come out again. So yeah, I do think I think Republicans are going to come out. I definitely.
I know it was when you said that about Orlando Sanchez. Okay, because I'm like, so yes, he's 15 points behind. Okay, y'all talking about somebody else? He's 15.
But I'm saying they're going to come out. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, you see any possible path, both of you, for Sheila Jackson Lee?
No,
I do not. I don't.
I love it.
I just don't think that she can.
You are a good friend, tomorrow.
I love it.
But you know what? She is right. If she wins, this will be Chicago.
We're going to leave it right there.